Acceptance speech. I am proud to be a freak. I like having sex with only one partner. I like the way I look. I like the way I think. I like the way I feel. Growing up is hard, but it's a joy. Your imaginary friends can always play with you as long as you don't use them to hide your true feelings. I am not a plaything. I am a pretty thing, but not for play. I am not a pretty little girl. Acceptance speech. This was one of those fun things that I wrote. I just graduated college, and I finally, should I say, come into my own, finally embracing myself. This is after years of struggling with identity, with trying to understand why I cannot be able to do certain things that I want to do, especially when it comes to expressing myself. And the only thing I could conclude was I was a freak. It's kind of sad that you would call yourself a freak. Because now I look back and I was like, there's nothing freakish about me. There's nothing freakish in trying to understand yourself, know yourself even better. Talking about having sex with only one partner, I still stand by that. I'm not a multiple sex person. And I have to say, other than it being on the safe side, I still prefer that. I finally accepted the way I look. I finally came to that place. I've met a lot of people who still struggle with the way they look, still struggle with accepting the way they look. For years, I couldn't even look at myself in the mirror. I definitely could not call myself pretty. I didn't see anything pretty about myself. And definitely, if I didn't see it, I couldn't feel it. When it comes to growing up, I had a happy childhood. But adult life, I had so many questions. And I'm wondering, what are some of the questions you are having about growing up? But I realized, despite all the uncertainty, despite all the crazies, it is a joy. I mean, I can remember when I turned 30. I couldn't wait to turn 30 because nobody ever believes that I'm 30 years old. And I wanted to show my ID to everyone to prove that I was 30. My professor said my ID was fake. Nobody was around for me to show my ID. I wanted to grow up so quick. Now, nah. Not too. I still like the way I look. I still like my age. I love my age. I freaked out when I turned a certain number. But it is really a joy when you come to that place of acceptance. Your imaginary friends. Now, really, there's nothing, in my opinion, there's nothing wrong with having imaginary friends. Do you have imaginary friends? But the key is, don't use them to hide the feelings. I use my imagination to hide so much because I can paint all these beautiful pictures in my mind and get carried away and daydreaming and off dreaming. I love dreaming. The world is always beautiful in your head, isn't it? But then you have to face reality. Sometimes reality sucks. Sometimes it bites. But at the end of the day, be honest with yourself. How are you feeling? Those emotions are there for a reason. And I realized I can't hide them no more. Hiding them didn't help. Actually, it gave me panic attacks. And I would never wish that on my worst enemy. So finally, I decided I'm going to embrace everything. But keyword, I am not a plaything. Maybe pretty, but definitely not a plaything. Society has a way of looking at you and all they see is just prettiness and want to play with that pretty. Can I be something much more than just pretty? Really? First Peter 2:9. But you are not like that, for you are a chosen people. You are royal priest, a holy nation, God's very own possession. As a result, you can show others the goodness of God, for he called you out of darkness into his wonderful light. We have been called into a wonderful light. We have been called to show the goodness of God. Definitely not a fringe. If my Heavenly Father says, I am a chosen people. I am a royal priest of a holy nation, God's very own possession. Isn't that more exciting than just seeing yourself as a fringe? Acceptance speech. Victories of a lost child.